This is Chef Mick with Tony's Markets. Today we're going to be working with apples. We're going to be pairing it with pork. Natural combination, just natural stuff. I'm starting out with, I've got either a country style rib here that'd be real nice or baby back ribs. Either one of these will work. I usually will cut them into smaller pieces and I've taken them and put it into the pan with a little bit of seasoning and a little salt and pepper, like Tony's pork and roast seasoning, and then just sauteed it and got it a little bit brown. So we're going to take that off. And since this pan's hot and there's a little bit of oil in the bottom and a little bit of that pork flavoring and a little bit of seasoning, we're going to give these onions a little bit of love. And let them sit in here and just saute for a minute and soak that up a little bit. Why let that go to waste, right? And flavor these onions. All right, here you go. It's a nice flavor. Okay, now to the sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is amazing stuff. You might have had it on a hot dog before, but it's really much more than that. First thing you want to do is drain it. Rinse it out and drain it. That vinegar is there to preserve it. It's not necessarily going to contribute a lot to the dish. Just doing that will help you like sauerkraut a lot more. Add a little bit of carrot to this. If you had some celery, that would be nice. You could throw some celery in there too. I'm going to put a little bit of brown sugar. Kind of the amount's up to you. And how come my brown sugar is always hard? And break that in there. I think that's enough. It's going to be up to taste. And now if you're a fan of caraway, you can throw a little caraway in there as well. And let's get those onions. I'm going to toss those in there. Let's stir this around a little. Oh, I almost forgot the apples. Here we go. Let's toss in those apples too. Nice. All right, we're going to put about half of this down at the bottom and put the pork on top. This is kind of a mini batch I'm making today. Normally I'd be start with about 2.5 pounds of pork, but this is a half batch. I'm going to pile this on top. Now I really like this topping, so I use a lot of this vegetable in here. Now we're going to finish it with a little bit of apple cider or apple juice. Riesling would also be very, very nice, or Gewürztraminer. We'll just give it a nice shot of juice. Oh, now we need to cover this. And I always like to put a little bit of parchment down first. You know, I'm going to use aluminum foil, which is all good, but I like to put a little bit of this parchment paper down just to make sure. You know, sometimes that aluminum foil will actually react and kind of melt into the food, but this will protect it really nice. Nice piece of recycled aluminum foil on here. Okay, so this is going to go in the oven about 2 hours, 300 degrees or so, for a couple hours and get nice and tender. All right, it's been about 2.5 hours. Let's see how these babies are doing. Very nice. Oh, it's always the best part when you first uncover it and all that steam comes out. Okay, this is nice. They've had a chance to braise together slowly. And I cut that country rib in half, so we have a couple of different pieces here. When you cook it with that moist heat, it gets so tender. I'm going to pile it on the mashed potatoes with lots of this sauerkraut and apple sauerkraut. So nice. So a very traditional German type dish would be great for Oktoberfest. Break out a glass of Polaner beer or something, you'll be set. Got this recipe and all our recipes today at digincolorado.com. Let's dig in.